Here is our quadratic formula that eventually by our test you have to have memorized. I know it's terrible. Okay, negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. Or negative b plus or minus, this is what x equals. Okay, here's our steps to solving from standard form. That's what we're doing, okay? So first we identify A, B, and C. So in this one, my A is -1, my B is 1, and my C is -110. Okay, so step 1, we're going to identify A, B, and C. Step 2 is find the discriminant. So here's our formula for discriminant. So b squared minus 4 times A times C. This step 2 here should say find the discriminant and decide types of answers. Okay. Okay, so what's the discriminant? Negative what? Okay, so negative 440 is a negative discriminant, so we should have 2 imaginary answers in the end. Well, let's see. Maybe you forgot to subtract it from the 1. Yeah, I got negative 439 too. So. Oh, there was a spot for this. 2 imaginary answers. Okay, so now we're ready for step 3, which is the rest of the quadratic formula. So x, oops, let's not do that. X equals negative b plus or minus the square root of our discriminant kind of hate how big that 439 is for our first one, but oh well. Maybe it'll be prime and it'll be our lucky day. All over 2a. So if I know it's imaginary and because of this, the discriminant, and I see the negative under the square root there, what's the first thing I should take out of the square root? What's the first thing I should take out of the square root? If I know it's going to be imaginary and I know there's a negative. I know the AC is blasting. So cool. I know. Oh, I'm sorry. I have no control. What's the first thing I should take out of that square root? The negative. Make it an I. Okay. So x equals negative 1, because I'm giving the negative in the parentheses, plus or minus I square root 439. How does 2 times negative 1 on the bottom of that fraction, how does 2 times negative 1 simplify? Yep, perfect. All right, let's start trying to simplify that 439. Maybe it's prime, that'd be sweet. Not 3. Anybody find anything? I couldn't find anything, but I only tried one thing. Tried 7. I'm Googling it. 439. Yes, it's prime. Why is that a good thing?
Because it's already simplified.
Yay! That means we're done. All we have to do now is split our answers. So that was prime. So now here's our 2 answers, because I knew I needed 2 imaginary. So x equals the positive I root 439 over negative 2 and the negative. See how it already has the plus or minus in the formula for us? But can you imagine if this is when I said factor this and trying to factor those numbers? Not sure I root 439 is on your times table. So that was our last thing that we did, is simplify the radical. I'll come back and fill out this order of simplification if I think we need it, but let's do another example or two together before I try one alone.